What's going on? I'm literally trying to read every message. Like I'm so focused, laser focused on read every message. Ciao. Everything. I'm not gonna miss anything. What's going on? Luca for president. Here we go. Rob, wave. Yo. There you go. Hello. Hello. I'm reading everything. There we go. What's going on? Ah, well, thank you. So, from Bologna. Come va Bologna? Brazil. What's up, Brazil? Yeah. So, let's talk about the Grammys. Who watched the Grammys? All right. So, oh, headphones. I don't have headphones with me. I like the Clear Pro. South Africa. Amazing. So, well, we didn't won. Well, as a Grammy nomination, it's like winning, already. So I can't complain much. But Kate Tornada won for Dance Record of the Year. The song is beautiful, no doubt. Kind of surprised because the way it happened. So being virtual this year, the Grammy, they changed kind of like the schedule. If you think Dance Record of the Year, it's a big deal. Has been won in the past by, legendary, like Madonna won, like Dua Lipa actually won, like it. I think even Michael Jackson. Anyway, it's a big Grammy, and usually it's like a peak time during the day. Versus this year, just like literally 11 in the morning, just like get ready for the day, and I see Diplo and side piece. Kind of like me, I guess, surprised. Like, what just happened? So they did a morning nomination for that. So yeah, the nomination was Kitronada, Diplo and side piece, Disclosure. I'm missing something. Anyway, so Kitronada won, which is, again, it's a beautiful sounding song. So no complaints with that. But I did enjoy the entire event, and I think it was a great event. Certain things, I don't know, didn't really touch me, but other things actually did. So yeah, it's different because doing on a venue with a lot of people, you get feedback from each song, each moment. We only like 10 guests in front of the stage is not the same. But it's okay. Won the best engineer album, Luca. I don't know, like the engineer. I don't remember actually. No classical recording. I don't remember. I need to check it out. Thank you. Yo, what's up, man? Turkey. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing great. It's good to see so many people here. Oh yeah. Back album. True. It's true. Have you advice for beginner? Oh man, if I start answering those questions, it's too much right now. Yeah, see you. Good to see you guys. Let's see if I see some familiar faces that want to join me on this call. Let's see here. Let's see. I saw Fergie for a second. Fergie, where are you? I want to chat with you. See, I'm missing it. So, oh yeah. So, one thing. So let me tell you this, which is really cool. And in some cases, I felt they really didn't much. So, when you win, Song of the Year, or in case of my case, it was like Dance Song of the Year, or Song of the Year in general, is the song that is winning, not the artist, right? So the song, everyone involved on the actual song. So writer, producer, engineers. Taylor Swift, she did right. She called everyone on stage and give credit for who participated on the creation, of the song, because the Grammy goes to the song, not the artist, which is very different if you think on artist of the year. That's for the artist, right? So song of the year is for the song. So when I need to give credit to Taylor Swift, she actually called everyone on stage and she was just standing there and she let the engineer, I think, talk first. So I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's cool when the artists understand the value of a team. And actually, when you have a song that is winning, it's Grammy as a song, is the song, not the artist. So it's nice that it's recognized in this way. And there's only a few Grammys they're actually, the engineer is involved and is getting an actual, in my case, like the medallion, like the nomination, and then eventually the statues, which is Song of the Year. And then it's Dance Song of the Year. So that's pretty nice. Con una collaborazione. Yeah, that's like that. Con una collaborazione con L'Angelo and The Weeknd. That'd be nice. A lot of Italian guys. Too many questions. I'm missing that one. Sorry, guys. You should give more credit to the people that make the sound of the song. Yes, exactly. Well, there is a few. What is the problem? I feel that because it's a popularity thing, when the show goes live or goes on CBS or just goes live, what probably is going to sell or just push the show is the performers, right? For that reason, we are kind of like behind the stage, behind the scene, as far as like engineers and producer and all that. But that's okay. Best remix. I thought Morgan Page should get that one. Well, too bad he didn't. Morgan is a friend. And he worked with Spanish artists. Well, and not Spanish from Spain yet. I think I did something. I don't remember now. Work a lot on Latin, from J Balvin to Daddy Yankee to many others. So yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, it should be. I'm talking about. There's a question about. We still like to see on stage. Well, thank you. Well, you guys need to know that 2 years ago for the Latin Grammy on Miente, there was a normal show. So we are in Vegas, like 20,000 people at the MGM Arena. We literally sitting there and they give us instruction if we call on stage, how to do it. So they, I think they're going to recognize eventually more and more. So the Grammy, the Recording Academy is a great organization. Any producer that you want to work in the future? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, of course. Well, I like 40. He does a lot of Drake stuff. I really like his stuff a lot. Have you mixed Diplomatico? No, I did not. I was doing other stuff. I didn't mix it. It's a cool track. It's a fun track. I don't even know actually who did that one. I need to ask Diplo. Yeah, I'm reading everything, guys. It's so cool. So many of you, by the way. I don't speak Spanish. Yeah, that's a good question. So in Italian, they ask, we should see engineers also on Spotify and Apple Music, like title. I agree 100%. What's going on with that? That should be easier to find credits. Even there's another point. When you look for credits, I see myself maybe 10% of my credits be online, and they're majority from major labels. I can't find my own credit from independent label. I find a few, not too many. So I don't know what's going on with that. That's something they definitely need to find a way, which is a great point. that it's attached to the song. I mean, goes on Spotify, goes on Apple Music. You do, I don't know, a combination of keyboard of keys on your keyboards, and you just pull and just pull the credits. So it's very important. If you mix and master 10%. Well, I'm more like on the Grammy, on the Latin side, I was more involved this year, like three that we touched in some way as far as song. Um, you think about Enrico San Giuliano. Enrico Giuliano, it's a friend. Actually, it was my students, one of the workshop in Italy. I love Enrico. It's great. It's a very talented producer and engineer as well. Tell us about the mastering chain that you use. Sorry, my phone goes dark. Use ATM in EDM. Oh man, it takes too long. I will, next time we'll talk about plugin and gear. Orgoglio Italiano. That's funny. How many songs do you mix every day? One song a day. I do mastering days where I do mostly stereo stem mastering, and I do stereo mastering also in this room, and I do mixes and hybrid and analog mixes on Studio I. This is Studio M. Make the mix of my album. Let's go. Do you use pre-master bus? Well, I treat my stereo bus. I do a lot actually. That's my workflow thing. So I'll do that all the time, pretty much. Especially when I'm mixing. When I master and I try to kind of really understand the vision and help to improve the master. But I'm mixing, I'll go all in. Best headphone calibration is coming out on Acoustica, guys. It's called Sienna. You're gonna love that one. It's amazing. Also, reference 4 is great. So there's a lot. Try Sienna. Alpha 65. How much do you charge for mixes? Check with Jacob. Jacob at studiodmi.com. It's like next door. But if you just go on the Studio DMI website, you can just fill up a form. Favorite plugin at the moment, there's a few. I mean, we make plugin, right? So I will say our plugin always like on top of the list. Diamond Transient, I will say. Diamond Transient, to be honest. Why you choose engineering? Because I'm an engineer. That's people need somebody like myself. Now somebody a request. So let's get people in for a second. Let's go live with somebody that I don't even know. And guys, let's get more people here. Thank you, guys. If you guys are following, mymixlab, a lot of the questions that I see here, that's essentially the answer is mymixlab. And mymixlab is like so cool because it's so inexpensive. It's a way to support the scene, to be honest, from our side. Diamond Treasure is crazy on piano. Oh man, I know. I love that. Yeah, I use a lot of analog mastering, especially if I do stem mastering or stem mixing. Yeah, acoustic audio plugin, of course. Webinars. We have a webinar on Saturday. Thanks, Rob. Rob, do you have a second to join us for a sec? If you have a second, just ask to join, and then I want to talk to you, and so we can talk about Saturday webinar. Yeah, why are you looking to fix a mix? Yeah, I'll fix my mix on mymixlab. It's super cool. So much fun with that. What's your favorite sidechain method? There is like multiple. There's like creative and technical. Technical essentially is like pull the vocal down or pull the synth down based on other instrument. Creative is more like kick and bass. So there's so many. We need so much time to talk about this. Join the webinar. Hold on one sec. Man, I wanna go live. Hold on. Yeah, I can do it. I don't know. Rob, try to add. Yeah, I can't request for some reason. Okay, that's all right. Man, I'm missing so many questions. Man. Oh, thank you. Well, yeah. I'm following questions. Sorry, so many. Mm-mm. Well, I've seen a question about Latin America. I was literally ready to go on tour, like an educational tour, about 2 months before the pandemic, and then ready to pull the trigger, and this COVID hit, and then we have to cancel the whole thing. You know. All right, there we go. My syrup. I don't know why I can't get it. Guys, and try to add people. Must upgrade to what do you say? Oh, something to do. There we go. Let's see. It works. Big brother, big master. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I can add people today. But anyway. Domanda generale. Guys, so many people speak Italian. I'm so happy. What I can do to get Bad Bunny vocal? No idea. Actually, it's my friend Josh Goodwin is doing that. Um, and he's doing amazing. Can you make mastering with only headphones? Yeah, guys, think about this. If you have a no proper treated sounding room versus pair of headphones that if you move your head, the music will move with you, I think will work better on headphones. Now, I want to give a couple of tips. If you use headphones, just like a basic one, regardless, cheap, expensive, don't play too loud. Just the reason why, yeah, I master Miente. The reason why, if you play too loud, what you're doing, you're gonna essentially stress your ears, and especially on 200 hertz and down, you're gonna get like fatigue really quick, and you're gonna make decisions that are not the best. So if you lower the level, equally, if you have a room that's not treated and you have a small speaker, you put your head in front of the speakers, you lower the level, you're not gonna get a reflection from the room. I know it's basic, but it's true. So essentially, if you reduce the amount of reflection, either hitting your ear super hard or the room, you're gonna get the best result. That thing is very important. It just, we put so much attention on things, but we forget that what we're hearing is the reflection what we have around. Is not direct to us. That's very important. Can you explain your group bus treatment? There's a lot. So there is like groups, meaning relationship between buses, which is sidechain between buses. And there is my stereo bus treatment and my drum bus treatment, which is pretty simple. I like to compress and EQ pretty much everything that I do. As you do oversampling, yes, you should. Or you should export stems with higher sample rate and then pull the kind of like the and convert back to 44 or 48 later. Man, so many questions. I don't think I'll be able to follow everything. Sonar works for mi piace. Let me answer in Italian. Mi piace, penso funzioni bene, però mi raccomando, aspetta che esce Siena e con acustica è una bomba. Low freak. I see friends here. Firenze. How you automate the compressor? Well, if I do automation, I might do automation on the sidechain, or on the overall compressor, but I don't do much of that. Oh, Siena, the chiedere acustica. So you asked me a question in Italian about the difference between Siena and SonarWorks for calibration. I want to try, I tried Siena, it's a monster. Mainly what I can recognize is there's more an organic sound. Sounds like and feel like almost that I'm not EQing the headphones at all. It's fantastic. Hai visto la piattaforma Engineers che ha creato? Yeah, sì, lì è tra l'altro il mio amico. È una bella cosa, una bella cosa. Pompei, Reggio Emilia, Germany, Roma. Guys, the Italian, they're like on top. Best way to mix kick and bass. Okay, so many questions about this. Let's take a minute about kick and bass. So main things I think you want to focus first is go across the song. Make sure if there is a progression, a bass progression, try to deal with the lower part first. There's a lot of like 30, 40, and even 25 hertz that you're not going to hear it, but your internal sounding on your DAW will kind of like need to deal with that. So I was saying, make sure that everything that's happening on the first octave is under control. And if you can, limit the use of multiband compression in the early stage. Try to stay on the quality of the sound design. If you have an 808, make sure it's not completely square. You know what I mean? So that's the sound design portion is extremely important. And then you go into the more technical part. Also, be careful. Don't go too crazy on stereo when stereo is not meant to work well, which is like 40, 50, 60 hertz. That thing is very important. So I think it's, you know, guys, like I can say on this all day. It's so good. And especially I see a lot of friends. Hold on. I think there's something I can do. Let me see. No, guys. I was trying to, yeah. I think it's my phone. I don't know why. That's all right. I was trying to, I've seen so many friends, but I'm not able to do it. That's okay. I was safe to put everything below in mono. Yeah, I mean, I do. But one thing very important, sometimes not clear. When you put everything in mono under 300, make sure that you have a crossover point that it's like 6 dB. Don't do like 24 dB. Don't do this and put in mono. Just do this. So you go gradually mono to stereo. Oh man, do you use the back CQ for controlling? I use back CQ a lot, like final stage of mastering, filters. I did use also the sidechain a lot. I have a huge bass, man. Should be still. Yeah, I mean, the thing is about basement, I noticed its ceiling is very important. Here we have, I don't know, 15 feet, 16 feet. Ceiling does a lot because you can get a lot of treatment when you have high ceiling. Consigli per colorare la voce. Prova un po' di distorsione, tipo Black Box o Saturn, la versione 2, è molto buono. Provate anche il plugin con Mike Dean, che si chiama Gain Station, una bomba per la voce. Distortion plugin, it's funny, I was talking in Italian about that. I was saying, like, plugin, Saturn 2, Mike Dean Gain Station, there's a few, Black Box. J Balvin vocal was actually pre-mixed really, really well. So I just did my like messaging, like my overall stem mastering work on the vocal, but I didn't change the vocal. It was really well done. I did work with Skrillex, yeah, a few times on Jack U. There's a long question in Italian. I don't. Sorry, it's like too long. The West EQ is good. It's good. I kind of like get myself into like 3 different areas. So the FabFilter Pro Q3 for something that is surgical, easy to use, dynamic or like static or fixed. And then I do color EQ, diamond color EQ for heavy lifting, kind of like stuff that is very broadband. So big mid-range, big top, big bottom. I do that a lot. And then I might do like the Melda auto dynamic EQ if I want to do just like shave the top and just a little bit of expansion. I want to try the Black Box MS. I have on my account. Still need to try that. FabFilter L2. Oh yeah, the FabFilter Pro L2. It's good. It's not my favorite at the moment. I use sometimes. Headphone. Da quanto sei in America? 19 anni. Tony, what's up, man? Man, I miss you. When you coming back to Vegas? What do you think about Slay Digital plugin? Mi piacciono. I like the slates. Some of those are really good. Martin Garrix, I don't know. Reggaeton vocal. Well, the reggaeton vocal is very important. If I can give one tip, is the mid range. Make sure you keep the mid range very open, and especially you don't want to over compress. You want to kind of maybe do a little bit of saturation, create some harmonics in the mid range of the vocal, but don't try. And one thing is important: if there's a singing part versus like rapping part, the singing part always very very smooth, compression very smooth, like Soup 2 or the type of approach really works. Maximizing like multi-stage limiting clipping really works, like standard clip with lift and or like standard clip lift or standard clip pro L. I'm still, as far as metering, on RMS, peak on RMS. Yes, I can think it just like come more natural for me to look like dynamic range on peak and RMS. I don't use much waves, to be honest. Top 5 saturation, I will say, yeah, Gain Station, Saturn 2, Black Box. I think that's what it is. Thank you. So we start talking about the Grammy. We end up talking about plugins, of course, right? I know I didn't try the Crane song converter yet. I still use Dangerous. I love it. Even harmonic saturation plugin. Well, I bring hardware. I really like the Better Maker limiter as like even in odds harmonic, they're fantastic. Uh, so they're really cool. Some EQ, which I can use on my eyes to use ears. Oh, that's a good question. Man, I would say, well, the fabfilter Pro Q3, it's so on point. Luca, most songs I have a -5 to -3 UFS. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think Tony, like the -5, -6, as far as like dance music is right there. On pop, it's like -8, -9. If you go for translation on streaming devices or streaming platforms, I think -8, -9. But if you're something that fit in the middle that you can play in a club and translate well on streaming, the -5, -6. Also, want to add something that limiting, especially if you do like bass music or anything that is like low end related, limiting clipping makes it's part of the mix. So if you take that away, it's gone. Mastering for Spotify, guys, I give up on try to stay on the -14. I'm kind of like stay dynamic under clipping point, not into sample clips, like and rent. I'm saying like -8, -9 if I go for purely for Spotify and translate well. For AD converter from small studio, man, I don't know. Don't know the budget. If you go for, I don't know the budget. It depends. Tell me, the budget you have. I can give you some tips. Anything for mastering can get -12 without distortion. It's strange, man. Yeah, it's strange. RMS for reggaeton, sound like J Balvin, -6, around -6. Miento was -6. My vocal get stretched. Well, if you put like an imager and you feel the vocal is getting kind of out of place, just do a 2 buses, like put a music bus and put the imager, and then the vocal skip the music bus and go straight into the master bus. Wait, who did you party after Graham? Oh, the party was here at the building, here at the studio. Best stereo and answer. I think Ozone 9, the imager is really good. Okay, $1,000, man. Antelope, or should be a good one. Do bass synth on 40 hertz, cut kick 50. I think more than cut kick, you can do just like a little bit of sidechain, a multi-band sidechain, where like you have the kick really quick, pulling down the bass, not full range, but just on the attack of the kick area, if it makes sense. I say end of the chain better clipping. If you don't want to change the envelope, the movement of the track, I was saying clipping. Yeah, I mean, Spotify. Think about this. Um, if you are going to master a minus 14 LUFS, because Spotify today say minus 14 LUFS, what's going to happen if in 2 years they say, oh, now it's -8? Now your song, when you take out the normalization, it's going to be low. So I want to stay under the clipping point, maybe 0.2, 0.3 under the clipping point, and let Spotify deal with my loudness, to be honest. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a good one. You ever thought to do a workshop on like dubstep or melodic dubstep? I love it. It's a good idea. So Saturday we have a webinar here, and we studio DMI. I'm excited about this one. So join us if you have time. It's like about 2 hours. And the way the webinar works, we are together in the room. You guys join us, and then me, Rob will host with me, and we see all the questions. We mix together. And this week we talk about, in the next 2 weeks, like delay and reverb, and to do a lot of creative stuff. So join us. I think it's going to be super fun. Just go on the, I think you can find this on the Studio DMI link website. Come hai trattato le batterie? Come hai trattato specialmente the drums on my mind? So the question is how I treat the drums on my mind. The long answer is go on my mymixlab. This is the actual On My Mind video that we show everything about On My Mind. It's a couple like alternative way to bring transient. One of the coolest things about On My Mind, in my opinion, is the way that even at -2.5, -3, which is that ridiculous RMS of that track, the kick has a precise, very clear transient design. And the bass, he has a movement with the kick that almost like you can get when you go very dynamic, like -12 or 14. So doing this at -3, there's a little trick on the master bus. So I want you guys to go on my mymixlab, get the video, and let me know. I don't want to give away here, of course. Yeah. Yeah, man. I have 10 more minutes. I gotta run. Oh wow, Rob is trying. Let's see. So yeah, when you export the mix, your phone always. Do you trust your room? I trust my room, to be honest. I do trust my room. Now more than ever. Like I trust the room. This make me faster. Mixing, and it's just better. You know what I mean? So yeah, I have literally 5 more minutes. Okay, episode 6 of the webinar series on Studio DMI is specifically for tech house and deep house. And guys, I recommend to if you're interested on My Mind mixing techniques, just join us on the webinar episode 6. So if you have a question, send an email to webinar@studiodmi.com, or just go on the Studio DMI website and you can sign up. It's going to be a good one. Then transient plugin, I will say, man, I like Evolution a lot. I like that a lot. Reggaeton song it's about the groove, guys. So if you work on reggaeton, you really need to respect the producer vision a lot. And the producer vision, usually it's like make sure that, kind of similar to hip hop, that the groove of the reggaeton groove has to be authentic. Don't try to reinvent the reggaeton groove. Very important. Thank you, man. My mymixlab. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm really passionate about that. Il webinar fa parte della season. Yeah, esatto. Il webinar fa parte della stagione 2 e puoi scegliere l'episodio che vuoi e ci divertiamo tantissimo. Focal Clear Pro. Well, guys, that's the headphone that I use all the time, you know. I see SF Mastering. I know you. What's up? Yeah, so I use the Focal Clear Pro. They're my go-to headphone now for a while. I love it. Well, the trick for me is like low level. Don't play too loud on your headphones, especially on the Clear Pro. You have a lot of definition. There are open back headphones and they work fantastic. I love those. They're plugging in for a Q to color. Guys, I mean, my plugin, I think, sorry, but the Diamond Color EQ, it's my go-to, I mean, for a long time. Yeah, guys, a lot of question for reggaeton music. So that's, hold on. This is like the last episode of my mix lab. Check this about reggaeton. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny. I had this before open because we finished this week episode on my mix lab. Is about in the box reggaeton mastering, actually. Wow, a lot of questions about reggaeton, guys. Luca, quanto è importante la qualità in un brano reggaeton di un artista emergente? È molto importante. E io penso, rispondo in inglese per tutti, se non ti dispiace. So, for reggaeton, I think you should focus, my opinion, and I work on so many songs at this point, on main priority first. So, kick, snare, one lead sound, and vocal. That's going to be like the main, and the rest will sit around that decision. 2, don't try to make too shiny and top and clean and bright the kick and snare relationship on reggaeton. It just goes outside of the style. So there is an aesthetic, which is like a mid-range in front of the speaker with low-end movement. That's, I think, what it is. Yeah, I mix some of the old JQ stuff. Can you mix pop? Yeah, I actually did mix pop a lot. It depends. What is pop music today? You know what I mean? Like, guys, so many questions. I need to run. And I would love to stay here forever. No, I don't show my pensato. No. I see so many good questions. Robbie's trying one more time. Let's try one more time. We have to make a side chain, the sub bass. Yeah, to like a ghost kick. That works well. Where's the real puppet? Yeah, where is Riz Stefan? As far as like the distance on the speakers, I don't know if you see that. Generally, it's like this. I mean, not kidding. You know what I mean? Like that. That's usually like, it's about this. This room sounds really good. Yeah. Apollo Twin, it sounds good. I have a compatibility issue with Diamond EQ on a mixer. What? Tell me more. Do you master a type of house? Kygo actually, he recorded in our studio at the Win a few years ago. Better to export, remaster, open new session, and master that, leave the master original project. Well, I think if you're able to finalize your mix, minimizing mastering decision or minimizing treatment they usually do on the mastering stage is probably the best. You want to get to the point that you're going to mixing and have somebody to actually be able to mix. If you over process and you mix too soon, you leave, essentially you take away from a great point of view, which is mixing. When you're mixing, if you start to do mastering, you take away for the great point of view, which is mastering. You know what I mean? So if you can, try to respect those steps. Yeah, to say, you can tell from the iPhone mic that this room sounds good. Guys, it's true. So, like, credit to Gavin, he did that's our acquisition. He did this room. This room reads pretty much ±3, which is pretty amazing, especially for a small room. Let me grab the phone so you guys can see it. So that's the back. That's the ceiling. What I was telling you before, let me turn let me turn this. Let me check. Hold on. So the ceiling is going up. I don't know if you see that. And this is like a cloud all the way. All right. Let me step outside before I say hi and show you guys the other room. Hold on. What's going on? So you tried so bad, and then
just you kept reminding me, and it kept inspiring. Now, like, I don't know.
All right, guys, everyone, this is Rob. He's working here. All right, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him pushing that reggaeton.
I know. Oh yeah. Let's see if Jacob is here. Hold on, guys. Hey, Jacob. Say hi.
You're
good. All right. See, take you around a little bit. All right. All right, guys. Wow, look outside. It was so nice today. Wow. All right. All right, everyone. Thanks. Stay with me. Oh, wait. No, thank you, guys. Reading a couple more messages, and then I'm going to leave. Who's here? Who's here? What's up?
What's up?
Hey. Want to say hi? What's going on, man? Good. All right. Thanks for joining. Well, guys, I need to run. So late. It's 3 o'clock. I need to feed my dog, come back to the studio, and finish mixing for the day. See you guys. Bye. Bye-bye.